Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. This is just going to be a quick video to talk to you about the role, purpose, and functionality of peer review. Some of you may have completed this before. If you haven't, and even if you have, you might be a little bit nervous to share your ideas with the class, especially for a project like number one, where you're talking about a vulnerable educational experience. But I do really believe that peer review is an invaluable learning experience because it teaches us how to be better writers, better communicators, and collaborators. And as I've noted on Blackboard, even better readers. It also allows you to evaluate and assess and gives you a chance to kind of hone those skills, which are indeed invaluable to many jobs in the job market in 2023. Peer review feedback should be descriptive at the bottom of the peer review sheet, and we'll look at that in just a moment. And that's really just so students can modify and improve future work. You might also feel free to take notes on your own paper as you review your peers, just because this is a really good reminder of what it is the assignment should do, not just for your peer, but for you. Now, on Blackboard, you will always see who your partner is for peer review. That's just an example here. What I'm doing is opening up the rubric that you will take the time to fill out as you are completing your peer review. Now, this is the same rubric that I'm actually going to use when I grade these assignments. Please note that you're going to be graded on how thoroughly and honestly you fill this rubric out. You can see we jump everywhere from exemplary to needs improvement, and there is a point range. You're evaluated on how well you construct the introduction and conclusion, your thesis statement, your content and your development, as well as your organization, and then, of course, your tone. So, how appropriate your academic tone is, and the MLA formatting. Now, as you go up here, just keep in mind you're really only required to come up with an honest number here based on what it is you think, feel, believe your peer has done. You are evaluated on, how honest you are as opposed to whether or not you were nice. Make sure that you are, again, therefore, as honest as you possibly can be, right? So, again, I'm going to be reviewing you on how honest you are, not necessarily if you were, let's say, you should still be tactful, right? Use an etiquette, but don't focus necessarily on not hurting your peers' feelings, right? The goal is if there is a problem with the thesis, say it's missing, or you can't find it at all, you can't find the 3 points that your peer learned about in this educational experience, then you'd be required to select 0 to 6.9 points. And you would just kind of modify whatever number you put here based on your own best judgment. I'm not looking for any specific number here. I'm just kind of looking for were you honest and does it match what the peer has accomplished? Okay. When you get to this part at the bottom, you should feel free to use first person I. This first assignment is the only one to which you will use I, as I noted in our instructional video. And you want to come up with at least a paragraph of feedback. So let's go for 5 to 7 sentences. You want to be specific, right? So I'll note that here. Be specific about how your peer could have changed, let's say his, her, or their assignment to better meet the rubric goals. Okay. So you're kind of, and if you want to write more, you absolutely can, but there you're just kind of explaining what it is that you think could be a little bit stronger, should have been a little bit stronger, so on and so forth. You'll see when I get to grading with the rubric, sometimes what I'll do, especially for an online class, is add a comment here just to clarify closer to the actual, let's say, section of points lost or gained, why this was the score, right? So I'd let them know in a little comment here. Here's why maybe the thesis, or here in this case, the introduction conclusion needed improvement. You might say it was only 2 sentences and it needed to be appropriately fleshed out in order to benefit further revision or development. Um, or, it could be something else. It would just depend on what the peer's paper is, right? So again, this is done just to help us, right, better understand the assignment and make last minute changes that we need to improve our grades. When you are finished with the rubric, what you will do is just respond to your peers' forum with the attached and filled out rubric. And then, of course, feel free, right, to get in touch with your peers, talk about what it is you found, and discuss, right? You can always meet further outside of just the formal peer review. And as always, I'm available to meet with you too. Okay. So if you've got any questions about the paper, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it really helped you better understand the role, purpose, benefits, and functionality of peer review.